Welcome back to Stand Out, Speak Up. Stand out, speak up. That means do not follow the crowd. You need to stand out and speak up for your rights. So welcome again. And I am so sorry that we are late today. But you know what? I'm going to drill my guests why they're late today. They're going to tell you why they're late. Because the only reason I'm drilling my guests today why they're late is because they're here to tell us how to be rich. They're talking about time, planning, money, investments, and then they're late. Come on, but they want to they will tell us why they're late. So welcome back. Thank you so much for watching us again. Every Wednesday we're here, same time, 6 p.m. UK time and 8 p.m. Kenyan time. So thank you so much. And in Swahili we say karibu, asanti. So don't go away. We'll be back. Just a little advert and we're coming back. So stay blessed.
At World Remit, we understand what the journey is about, how it can sometimes take a little distance to bring us a little closer together. With ways to save more when you send more, World Remit is here for you, so you can be there for them.
Okay. Thank you. Now my guests are going to actually introduce themselves before we start drilling them, okay? So I have here Sheila with me. So Sheila, just introduce yourself.
I am Sheila Chebet. I am a Kenyan by birth, Kenyan by heart, Kenyan everything. I currently live in the UK. This is my second home. I am a life coach running my own life coaching school, which we co-founded with Ken here. It is called Gene Coaching School. And in this school, we concern ourselves with matters African, people, and healing. I give thanks for this day. We are going to have a wonderful, wonderful session where a lot of healing is going to take place. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You said you're Kenyan. Kenyans are never late because we run. You know, anytime you tell somebody you're from Kenya, they ask you, can you run? That's the first thing they ask you, can you run? So we can run. So you, when there's traffic, just get out and start running. Like next time.
Exactly. I'm even Chebet, so I come from the tribe of running. Now the mistake we made, we took the car. I should have run.
Yeah, you should have.
Yes.
Just hold his hand and start running.
Start running, yes. Yeah? But I will apologize, as you say, once we finish introduction.
Yes.
We will apologize, yes.
Okay, so we have Ken. This is our governor, by the way.
Incoming.
Incoming governor of Nairobi.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you so much for welcoming us to the studio today, and apologies once again for being late. We will say why. There's a good reason for it. I'm Ken Oko, as you heard. I'm a finance coach, also co-founder of Gene Coaching School, which is an online life coaching school. I'm also an aspiring politician, of course, besides my own stuff that I do. So that will come later. Today we're going to be talking about money. I'm the founder of Ken's Money Matters financial literacy platform. So yes, I'm ready for the money talk today.
Okay,
yeah.
Thank you very much. Now, apologize.
My people.
My people.
I am putting on sackcloth and I'm down saying, forgive us. Forgive us for being late.
Wow.
The traffic, we underestimated the traffic. Mm-hmm. We also did not. We also have what we call plantation. That is other work we go to. So things were running late there as well. So it was a series of things getting late and late. But this is one of those days we say better late than never. And with this spirit that we have with you, we are going to cover as much as intended to cover had we started early on time. So we will catch up and we'll make up for lost time.
Okay.
And we can always come back.
Okay, cool. You had that. So now sit down, listen. You know, the thing is, we, especially black people, we don't like talking about money. Anytime you talk about money or investment, we're suspicious. This Ken, he wants to steal my money. Oh, this Sheila, she wants to steal my money. It's always, we are so suspicious when it comes around money. And I love your I love the way you think when you're coaching people in terms of money. So I know there's some questions I'm going to ask you, which I really love because I would like to know. And in fact, when I was writing these questions down, some actually related to me. I was like, wow, this is me. So I really want to hear this answer so that I can step out and start doing what I'm supposed to do. Because I know you also say that we hear a lot of people talking about money, talking about investment, but do we really actually do it? Because we hear about investment all the time. We listen to the tapes, we read the books, but do we actually put it in practice? And that's one. So first of all, Ken, I want to ask you, what's the difference between richness and wealth?
Richness and wealth. Okay, before I get to that, let me just say that, again, I'm also going to say why I'm late. I was late because I was at the plantation. Plantation means work.
Yes.
And one of the things we're going to discuss, I believe, is retirement, right? So we are all working towards retirement. So I was working towards my retirement today,
yes,
which is coming soon. So when I'm retired, I'll be here every day if you want me, because I'll be retired very soon.
Yes.
So yes, that's one thing. Okay. So when we go to the issue of being rich and being wealthy, people do mistake these two things. And I'm happy because when I was young, I used to tell my siblings. I was actually very sharp when it came to money issues. So, you know, in the village, when you're in the village, people come with these big cars during Christmas. You know, they come with these amazing cars and all these big things. And I always told my brother, this is not money. This is just some coins here and there that people call money.
Yes.
People need to build wealth. It's not about the car you drive. It's not about what you're wearing. People need to build wealth. So what's the difference? You can be rich, but not wealthy. When you're rich, it means whatever it is you have invested in can sustain you for the period you are working or you are investing, but not beyond that. Okay? So for example, if you're working and you're earning $1 million Kenya shillings, for example, you have to earn that to sustain that lifestyle, but you're rich. You're very rich, but if that job stops today,
yes,
you stop being rich. So basically, you don't have any foundation. Wealth has got a foundation. Wealth has got a very serious financial foundation whereby you build it upon. So it means if I stop working today, I'm able to live my life as it is, the same standard it is, or the standard I want it to be in, for as long as I want without going to work. That's wealthy. And wealthy also means if I give birth to a child today, that child is assured of a certain financial status in life without discussion. So that is how we measure wealth. When it comes to being rich, so many people are rich, even here in the UK. So many people earn normal salaries. You have a normal house, a good house. You have normal food. You have a car. You have a few things. You are rich, right? You can sustain your lifestyle, you know. But riches are built on very quick sand. That's what I say. It means if the income stops, if I stop working, if the business stops, nothing will continue. And then another thing that defines wealth is passive income. And that's one of the biggest things. Do you have money that is coming in as you sleep? If it is something you have to wake up and go and do and work for, that's not wealth. That's not wealth. Wealth is based on passive income. It's money that is constantly generating. Today I was discussing with Sheila that if you are working towards £1 million, it will be very difficult to work towards it. It will take you time and consistency and discipline and skills, you know, and a lot of cash flow that is required to put that money in. But the moment you hit £1 million, it takes way less to get to the £2 million. It takes much way less to get to the £3 million. So I always say, struggle to hit the first milestone and then let now wealth build itself. Now that will be wealth building itself even as you continue working. That's what we call wealth.
Wow. And I like that you actually talk like a money person, really, money man. Because when you're talking about how much you earn, because some people give example of 10,000, you gave example of $1 million. So you're talking of big money from start.
Yeah.
Because I know in one of your tips as well, you say that you need to think rich and think big to live that.
You need to design your life,
poverty.
your rich life in your head now before you live it.
Rather than live like a pauper.
And then wait for it to be rich.
Yeah.
So for example, personally, I like traveling. I will travel with the money I have at the moment. I will design my life in a way that I can travel. And when I get rich, when I retire, I will still continue traveling. But if you're waiting for a miracle to happen, such that today, Thursday, you will transition, tomorrow, Friday, you become rich, and then you start living your life, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Because you cannot model that mindset. You can't model that mindset in a day to start living that life. So start modeling that rich life today. That's how you do it.
Yes, thank you. Okay, now I'll come to Sheila. I know you talk about money trauma. What does that mean? Money trauma. Money trauma?
Trauma is a wound. In Kiswahili, kidonda.
Kidonda.
Uchungu, yeah? Trauma is a wound. And we get most, if not all of our traumas in our childhood. And we get many, many traumas. Money is just one of them. So where there is money trauma, there's presence of other traumas as well. Like there's what we call the mother wound. Those are the needs that your mother didn't meet for you, that you needed as a child and they were not met. There is the father wound. There is the education wound. There is lots and lots of wounds. All these wounds are trauma. So in our childhood, right from our homes, and I'm talking as a child that grew up in Kenya, I'm talking as a person that deals with Kenyan people on a daily basis, we have what we call money trauma or financial trauma. And this is taught to us by our parents, by the behaviors they have around money. It is taught to us by the schools, education system we go through. It's taught to us by the society in general. So I am making this bold assertion, this bold statement, that if you grew up in a Kenyan household, and certainly if you grow up in an African household anywhere, you most likely have financial trauma. And it shows itself in many ways, as you've mentioned. One of it shows itself in this aversion to talking about money. We are extremely, extremely self-conscious and very ashamed, embarrassed even, to speak about money. Yet money is one of those things that is not negotiable when you're going about your day-to-day life. In this capitalistic world we live in, we need money. You need money to eat. You need money to buy your clothes. You need money to have roof over your head. Basically, you need money to meet your basic needs. But we don't talk about this money because it's a painful subject. It's a shameful subject. It's a subject that has a lot of issues and baggage around it. So that is what we call money trauma. And we learn this trauma in childhood and it becomes our norm. But when we reach adulthood, we have adopted it as part and parcel of our psyche and we pass it on to our children. So I'll give an example of how this money trauma shows itself. It shows itself by statements like, money is not everything. Or money is the source of all evil. Or I don't need money. Or I just want a little money. Or money is hard to come by. Those are words we just use. And the words are just extending the thoughts that we have. Apart from that, the actions we also have around money. We have a lot of dodgy actions around money. Like, for example, in the UK, when Africans come in the UK and they get to know about credit cards or overdrafts or buy now, pay later, you know, things like that, we go wild because we don't know how to behave around money. It is the same way when we get given jobs or when we are told to, when you're applying for jobs and you're told, say how much money you want, we don't know how to answer that question. We actually don't know how to answer it. Or even when we're talking amongst ourselves at work, we cannot even disclose how much money we're earning. Or even people dating and wanting to get married, they can't even disclose to each other how much money they earn or how much assets or whatever they have. This is all manifestation of money trauma. It is a wound. And the solution to that is financial coaching. You need to get a
Which
finance
you actually
coach.
do.
Oh yes, we do. Our school, we offer so many courses around money, around finances. We teach you not to be ashamed about money. And we teach you, because for us to teach you about wealth, I'm going to make another bold statement. Poverty is unnatural. We live in a world of abundance, including financial abundance. So this money scarcity, whereby we don't have money, we're always struggling for money, is unnatural. The same way being constantly sick is unnatural. The same way dying young is unnatural. We are not meant to experience financial scarcity. And the reason why we experience it is because we've normalized it, so we don't expect anything different. So when you go through financial coaching, you are told the norm. And not only are you told what the norm is, you are shown in indisputable, irrefutable terms how to adopt that norm. And what I can say is that people that have gone through our finance coaching lessons, all of them are making money. And if any of them is in the audience, please come and bear me witness.
I think I'm making money, but I need more. Because when I listen to what Ken was saying, it's not, you cannot be content with just what you have. You need to. So, and that question I'm going to ask you. In fact, that was my number almost 6 question, but I want to ask it now because I really love that phrase that you used. And that is, you say, if we come to your coach, to your sessions, you're making, the ones that don't make money will make money. The ones that are making will making more. I'm making money, but I want to make more.
Oh yes, you will certainly make more. And the universe, that is the world we live in, is designed for you to make more. It's actually harder work for you to make less. and it impacts negatively on the quality of your life. And again, another bold statement I'm going to make: poverty is a choice.
Yeah, okay. Poverty is a choice. All
a
right.
choice,
I'm
yes.
sure some people will disagree with that, and some people will agree with that.
Oh,
I totally agree with that.
Let me qualify that statement. Being born poor is not your choice.
Yes.
It is the choice of your parents.
Exactly.
Your parents choose to give birth to you in poverty. Is a choice they make. So being born poor will not hold you responsible for the mistakes of your parents.
Yes.
But choosing to stay poor,
There.
if
That
you
is-
stay poor, that is a choice.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey, sister, I'm learning, guys. We're learning today. We're learning. So now I'll just come to my question that was behind, but I'll skip it because I really love the phrase that you said. You know, they always tell us that cut your coat according to your size, but you say no, not that. You say instead of cutting your coat according to your size, make more money.
Yeah.
So how is that? I really love that phrase.
Yeah, lots of financial advisors and financial, first of all, financial coaching in Lydia is focused on, I always focus on people of African descent. You know the why? Because we have a different kind of challenge with regards to money.
Yes.
Sometimes the system we have adopted with regards to teaching about finance is not fit for us. It's not what is meant for our people, yeah? Because of our culture, our traditions defines who we are with money.
Exactly.
So if you're going to advise me like you're advising someone who's born and grown up in the UK, we're not going to be in the same level. Most of these kids in the UK probably would have houses,
Yes,
ready for them
already,
to own
yes.
and stuff like that. So if I'm going to advise such a person, it's a different from if I'm going to advise a Kenyan who has grown up in in a rural area, for example. So that's the first thing, right? So we have this what we call the trauma. There's a way we've been modeled around money. There are some beliefs we hold about money, and one of the main ones we believe is that you need to always live below your means, right? Always try to cut. If you're having any luck, try to cut on whatever it is you have. Now, a lot of people I talk to are earning probably 20,000 Kenya shillings to 50,000. What are you going to cut? What are you going to cut? Because you have to pay your rent, you have to pay your bills, you have to do everything and still invest and build wealth. So instead of me coming to tell you how to cut it, why should I not tell you how to make more?
Exactly.
And that's what you should focus on. And the problem is, our minds have been so focused on cutting down our spending that nobody's thinking about why should I not earn more. And there's so many opportunities you can earn more money always. There's always an opportunity somewhere. But if your mind is always thinking, oh, I need to cut down, that is how you're going to model your life. It's always about what should I cut so that I can meet this other need. But the problem is, however much you cut, you will never meet the standards that you want. However much you cut down your life, you will just be experiencing hardship after hardship after hardship. That's why the mindset is the most important part of financial coaching. And when I start coaching people, I start with the mindset. And some of them get so shocked because they think they're going to talk about technical part of money. What's there talk about? If you're earning $1 million, save this much, invest this much here, and make money. Easy, right? But the most difficult part is the mindset part, whereby I'm going to tell you, if you're earning this salary from 9 to 5, you need something to do from 5 to midnight before you sleep to make some more money so you're in a position to earn that life standard that you want. So that mindset is what we need to work on, not the amount of money you have. You already have it, right? So the mindset and the behavior around money. Whatever you have right now, how do you handle it?
Yes.
Do you cherish it? How do you appreciate it? How do you use it? How do you manage it? Because some people come to me, they earn a lot of money and there's nothing to show for it. It's not because they don't have income. They have cash flow. There's money coming in. They could easily invest and make more.
Yes.
But they don't see where the money is going. So it's not about not having cash always. The people I'm talking to are not that they lack cash. No. The issue is, how is your behavior around money? And that's why she spoke about things like, we have believed that we don't always have money. If someone asks today, you like to do something, you're like, I don't have money. That's always the first thing. And imagine if you say, I don't have money for 30 years.
Exactly. And even talking about that, sometimes even if somebody, and that would be my next question as well to you, Sheila, somebody calls you and say, Sasa, hi, Sasa means hi, uko poa. Your mind already, you're thinking, please. Or even if somebody just say, I want to ask you a favor. Oh, please don't ask me for money. Don't ask me for money. You understand?
Yeah.
Your mind is going already, don't ask me for money. And that brings me with your question of people lying about money. Why do you think people lie about money?
I would say they lie about everything. Trauma makes you a liar. When you have trauma, when you have a wound, you become very protective of it. So you hide it. Having a wound makes you very ashamed of the state you are in. So you walk around like you are one big ball of shame. So you find it's not only about money.
Wow.
You're lying. You're lying about literally everything. You lie about your circumstances in life. You lie about your relationship. You lie about your parenting. You lie literally about everything. I must also say that a lot of the time when you have financial scarcity, that is when you're poor or you have hardship in your life, it cuts across the whole board. You'll find that nothing in your life is actually going right. It is impossible for you not to have money and for things to be going right, not in the capitalistic world we live in. If you live off the grid, in the villages whereby you've not bought into capitalism, where you actually live off nature, you probably wouldn't need money. You wouldn't. But that is a minority of the people that do that. Most of us have bought into the capitalistic system, therefore we need to have money. So without money, the quality of our life is impacted. And when you have a negative quality of life, that is how you gather wounds. That's how you gather this trauma. So you find when you gather trauma, you have to lie. Truthfulness is part and parcel of nature. When you get out of nature and live in scarcity, you automatically will become a liar. And you will not lie only about money. You will lie literally about your life, about everything else. Now, coming to this point of when people call you and they greet you and you start panicking and say, let's hope they will not ask about money. There are many factors at play there. First and foremost, because of the traumas we carry, we've ended up being users of each other. So sometimes you're actually justified to panic because you know when this person calls or when they start being nice and friendly like this, they want to ask for money from me. And you also know there are repercussions to you refusing to give them money. You know, there's going to be repercussions of sort towards you. Either they will speak badly about you or they will withdraw their affection, or you yourself, you'll have so much guilt within you that you will start punishing yourself for not giving them the money. So you find there's a lot of play. When you're traumatized, everything in your life is just difficult. Even a simple question like, how are you today? Or Lydia, you're looking smart. You're like, oh my gosh, she's lying. This clothes, it's not nice, you know. You kind of, you're not at peace. So this lying business is just a symptom of the traumas we carry. Wow. And rather than telling people to be truthful, we need to heal those traumas that instigated these lies in the first place. And you find there is so much we need to do amongst ourselves, because you find we only have that fear of our people. When a certain person from another race would call you and say, hi Lydia, how are you? You'll be like, I'm very fine, thank you. And they say, okay Lydia, I want to invite you here for a barbecue. I'll come. But then when it is Sheila calling you, Lydia, how are you? Oh my gosh, she wants to borrow money. Oh, Lydia, I want to invite you for a barbecue. Oh my gosh, it's a fundraising one. I reach there and they'll make me pledge money I don't have. You know, you start thinking there. And as much as we don't talk about money, it is always at the forefront of our minds. Yes. And it is that unspeakable subject. It is that subject is at the front of our mind and we're not speaking about it. And it impacts so negatively on the quality of our life, not only in the present, but also in the future. And before I stop, I'd like to add on something that Ken said. Yeah, but we are so busy cutting, you know, we want to cut, we stop living in the present and we start living in the future. So a lot of us are choosing to suffer in the present so that we can have a better future. And if we look at the lives of our parents that have chosen to suffer in the present, they are now living in their future. It's not any better, is it? Exactly. So they suffered in their youth. They're still suffering. And now they want us to suffer with them. Because if you choose that I am not suffering, they're like, but I suffered for you. And now, so you see, this idea of people choosing to suffer in the present to secure their future is a ruse. Wow. If your present
the
is
youths
not,
need to hear this. The youths need to hear this.
What I will say this, I'm an energy teacher. I'm a teacher of energy as well. Wow. So if the present energy isn't of good quality, rest assured it cannot it cannot give birth to good energy. Bad energy, struggling, hard life, gives birth to bad energy, struggling, hard life in the future. In Kenya, we say mtoto wa nyoka ni nyoka. Hard life gives rise to hard life. So if you choose to struggle in the now, rest assured, you'll be struggling in the future.
Wow. Okay. I love this. I have to attend the sessions. I have to attend financial coaching.
You should.
Because you're talking and I feel like you're talking to me. You get?
We need to. And you see, especially someone like you deals with the community.
Yes.
We need our community leaders to attend finance coaching, because there are some of the people that are pushing this money trauma to our youth.
Yes.
Now, one thing is that children are born without these traumas. When you talk to children about money, first of all, they're very open. Yes. They're very transparent. And they openly tell you about their love for money and their dream for getting more money in their lives,
Yes.
and their want for money and their desire, and they tell you it's possible to make more money, you know. And then we adults come with our traumas, with our suffering,
Say,
and
money
cut
is
them
not
to
good.
size.
Yeah.
Money is not good.
Yeah.
It is hard to get money.
Yes.
You think it grows on trees.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. So we are the ones damaging the children and
Uh-huh.
passing forth this damaging lesson. So we need community leaders
Yes.
to actually be schooled on money so that the messages they give out to the youth and to the society in general is different.
I love this.
Yeah.
We
And
have
sometimes
to come
it's not
back.
about, just to add on, it's not about how much you're making. Sometimes people do think that, okay, for you to be qualified to talk about money, it's about how much do you make. No, actually that's where we've gone wrong. Don't wait for people who have made so much money to come and talk
Millions.
to you about
Yes.
money. Talk to people who are actually making the same journey with you, because finance coaching is about hand holding you and going through the process together. Don't wait for someone up there, you're thinking you see somewhere up there, to teach you about money because you think they have millions. No. Talk to someone right now who understands the process, because money is not about how much you have. There are people who have made lots of money, but they haven't made it the right way, or two, they are rich but with lots of trauma in it.
Yes.
So even the money they have isn't serving them the way it's supposed to serve them. So sometimes people do think that finance coaching is for those who are poor or those who are making money. No. Actually, most rich people, even places like Kenya, have financial trauma. That's why they still have children who are poor and into drugs. That's why they have people who cannot make money around them, or only themselves are rich.
Yes.
Only one person is rich in a family. That's why everyone around them is poor. It's because they are not naturally or in a spiritual way making that money, or they haven't gone through life coaching, they haven't healed the wounds or the trauma around money. So it's not about how much money you make. Sometimes you can get a lot of money, by chance, things can happen, but it doesn't heal the financial trauma that you have. Financial coaching is about going much deeper than just technical part, like how much cash do you have. No, it's about behavior, mindset, and how you think about money.
It is, because there's actually two. Yesterday, me and my daughter were talking, because when it comes to money, I actually teach them so much about money, and I'm not even a coach. So imagine if I bring them to you to just enhance the things I've taught them. And we spoke about, there's two people. One guy who won lottery, and he won so much money, and he just misused. He used to be what did she say? He used to be a cleaner, and he just spent the money on women. Alcohol, and now he's back as a cleaner. Okay, he spent all that money. And then there's another woman as well who won lottery, and she ended up committing suicide because it was too much. So if these people now went through financial coaching and they knew what to do, they will know what to do with the money.
Yeah, they will know. And I was talking about this yesterday. As I say, I talk about money from the energy perspective, and Ken talks about money from the physical perspective. You need both. You need to know from the energy,
balance,
and you need from the physical as well.
Yeah.
It's like building a house. So you need the building, the architect to draw, and then you need the builder to come and build.
Yes.
You need both. So it's kind of the same like that. So speaking about this, the two people you said that won the lottery and got so much money, I'll start and then Ken would add on to it. They suffer from what you call sudden wealth syndrome. The wealth suddenly came. And because they have poor self-worth, this is another wound we carry from childhood. Poor self-worth.
Yeah.
And because we carry this poor self-worth, we don't think we are deserving of abundance. So when suddenly we have this loss of money on it, inatuasha, it itches us. It itches us and makes us so uncomfortable, because we're so comfortable with poverty. We're so comfortable with scarcity, which means we have gone the other side of nature.
Yes.
We are anti-nature. So when we get this lot of money, we actually don't know what to do with it. And the funny thing is what? It actually scatters love in our lives. The people that love us suddenly become all very funny. And you can find, that's why you hear these phrases, it's lonely at the top. It's lonely at the top when you're dealing with traumatized people.
Yes.
Yes, when you're dealing with traumatized people. So in this case, what we need to know is to build the self-worth of the people. And once you build the self-worth of the people, they will expect a lot of abundance. They will expect a lot of money. So when it comes, they're like, I've been waiting. Where have you been? Not like, it's come, I need to spend it. It needs to go. I need to go back to where I was. I'm used to poverty. So it comes, this sudden wealth symptom is a problem of self-worth. And this is whereby finance coaches come in, because they come in ready to show you how you can safeguard that money that has come suddenly.
Just to add on, because we've spoken about sudden wealth syndrome before. It's a big thing, by the way. Statistically speaking, most people who win lotteries, 70% of them lose money in 2 years. More than 80% lose in less than 5 years. Only, I think, less than 6% do actually build something out of the money they've won. Why do you think that is? It's because your brain has been used to poverty. You had accepted scarcity as part of your life. So when something so sudden and so big comes, you know you don't deserve it. Innately, you know you don't deserve it. And therefore you're going to waste it. That's one. Okay, technically speaking, if I give you money once without a clear plan, then where are you going to put it? Because you don't have a plan. So you're going to spend the money anyhow. Now, one thing I always talk about in finance coaching is financial plan, having a plan.
Yes.
And most people are so traumatized that they cannot make a plan without the money. They are focused so much on not having that money that they can't sit down and make a clear plan. Personally, I can tell you, from a very young age, I could do my calculations on my phone, how much I could make in how many years. I don't even have a job at that time. I don't have any cash flow. But my mind, I allow my mind to know that, okay, if I got money today, what would happen? So without that money, I know that, okay, I need to make this much, and by this time I'll be definitely a pound millionaire or a dollar millionaire, whatever I want to become, right? So most people do not have that clear plan in life, clear objective, clear what do you want in life? What do you actually want? If you don't have a clear financial objective, what do you go for when you get a lot of money? Nothing. So you aim at nothing, you shoot nothing, basically. So what happens with most people is that lack of that financial plan, which is something I do a lot with people, is that I create a clear financial plan for you, such that even if there was sudden money coming into your life, you will exactly know where the sudden money go to. There's no question about it. You know where it's supposed to go to. And that is because we have to be taught to envision our life beyond poverty.
Yes.
Most people are only envisioning our life within the poverty cycle. We're like, I have so many problems, so if I got money, I could solve these issues. No. Think beyond the poverty line, right? If I got so much money that this poverty ceased to exist, what happens next? And that's what happens. People get their money, and then now they want to live within the poverty lifestyle with that money. That money will end, definitely.
Yes.
So unless you have a very clear goal, which is objective, and financial plan of what you want to do in life, then you are able to use the money wisely. But most people think you need to make a plan after you earn the money, which is the wrong way around.
So you make a plan before.
Make a plan before.
It's like when you're going to get married.
Yeah.
You plan.
You plan.
And in terms of energy, you have to make the plan for the money to come.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you don't make the plan, the money won't come. Now, there's an ironical thing here. There is nothing like never making a plan. So you're either making a plan for wealth or you're making a plan for poverty.
Yeah.
Most of us grow up making plans for poverty, and we become so good at making these plans for poverty that, you know what, it is law that this poverty has to visit us, because that is what we've been preparing all our lives. So you have to make plans for the wealth to come. You have to make plans for the abundance to come. You have to make plans for the happiness to come. But if you say, I will wait until it comes, then I make plans, no, you're making plans of the opposite, and it's the opposite that will come.
I know, hey, my God, I'm really happy that we're having this conversation, because my daughter said she's working for 2 years. And then I told her, and then after 2 years, what happens? And then she said, I'll be where I want to be.
Yes.
I said,
very good.
how? So you just saying that when our children say this and then parents come with their trauma. I told my daughter when she said, Mommy, I want to work for 2 years, because she works for it. I'm like, why are you working like that? Stop. She said, no, Mom, because I've given myself timeline. I want to work for 2 years. And then I said, what happens? I'll be where I want to be. And where is that? I'll have everything I want, Mom. And then I say, no, but so I have to now go back again today and talk to her. You understand?
We've normalized certain things like working for life.
Like working for life. And working. Wow. And I'm going to make another bold statement. We give courses on jobs. Working for someone is unnatural. It is unnatural as poverty and illness is. Technically, we should not actually be working for anyone. We should be working for self. That way we have control of our time, control of our energy. And when you work for self, you do what you like, and money comes in when you're doing something you love. So this idea of saying I'm going to work for life for someone, it is choosing slavery. And I think your daughter has it well.
Yeah, and I think with what she said as well is going back to what you said about retirement plan.
Yes.
Yeah. So, because I know you're very young, but you actually said you're going to retire soon. So your retirement plan, you have it. Just like my daughter has a retirement plan in 2 years.
Yes.
But me, I'm still working. When I was her age, I didn't even have that. And it's good because we have things like this. And that's why I always say that the youths need to hear this.
Yes.
Because a lot of us, or me, when I was growing up, nobody told us this.
Nobody.
We did not hear any of this. I used to work so hard, and my mom would take all my money. And I felt like I owe her something. So I'll take all my money and give her. There was no save it, do this. There was no any advice. And that's why I feel like I'm still struggling up to now because
And
Yes, and that is
what I
the
was-
trauma we're talking about.
Let me tell you,
Yeah.
I was talking to her recently. We went somewhere and we were seeing some people, in a boat and having fun somewhere, in a yacht, basically. And we're seeing some children too, right, with these families.
yeah.
This is a life that has been normalized for these children, right? And that's why I tell you how you've been brought up really matters, right? You are brought up with something. It was norm not to have money. Sina pesa, I don't
Yeah.
have money. If you, I mean, anytime you ask for money, it was
And
I don't have
hiding money.
right? And hiding money.
Yeah.
But I was telling her that these kids who are in yachts, the kind of life that they're used to, that's what's normal to them. So when they're planning their future, they're not planning with, okay, I'm going to buy a bicycle or buy, a car. No, they're thinking of yachts.
Or get
The
a
kind of
loan.
life you're thinking of is modeled right now. So your child needs to model her kind of life, and it should not take her back. Our parents really took us back when it came
Yes,
to dreaming.
exactly.
Don't push her back. Let her model the kind of life that she wants and that she sees herself into, not the one you see yourself
Exactly.
into her. Because something like working for life, who brought it? And who said that you have to work until you're 65? Probably at some point, I'm sure people are never even working that much. And then some people started doing it, And then when the children were born into a life whereby our parents were working up to 65 and they were still poor, we now think that's normal. We now think, okay, my parent retired and they earn a pension of 70 pounds a month, right? Equivalent. And now I think that's normal, that I should work for 30, 40 years, and then at the end of the day, be given 70 pounds a month. Is that normal, really?
No.
Now, we as young people, we have to start thinking, is this normal? That I'm going to give this company 30 years of my life, my time, my energy, my attention, and my youth, and then at the end of the day, they're going to give me a certificate of retirement and 70 pounds a month. You have to ask yourself, is this what you want in
Is
life?
this worth it?
Yes.
Is it worth it? And
Yes.
trust me, there's no single company leader that sits down to make your life better.
No.
That's not their business.
Yes,
And
it's
actually,
true.
they're right in their place. It's not their business to make your life better. It is your business to make your life better.
Yes.
And that's why there's no loyalty when it comes to companies and stuff. No, even your daughter is right.
Yeah.
There's no loyalty in that.
And talking about that loyalty and everything, coming back to your question, Ken,
Yeah.
I know you spoke about that there's two types of people, right? Ignorance and doubters,
Yeah.
right? And the ones that question every little details.
Yeah.
So you said there are those two types.
I said there are two types of people when it comes to building wealth. Yeah. In the world of finance coaching, we meet all of them. You meet those who are ignorant; they don't know anything happening, right? So they go to work every single morning at 9. They come back at 5. They run their lives. Things are normal for them, right? That's their salary that's sustaining them. If that ends, things get bad, and you know how it happens. You look for another job. You crying. Your life standard go low. That's ignorant. You don't know that you could actually let your money work for you. That's an ignorant person. Then there are those who want to know, this investment, is it safe? This finance coaching, how is it going to help me? They want to know every single detail before they jump in and just do it.
So they question,
They question every
by the time they
single
question,
detail.
2 years is gone, 3 years is gone.
And
They're
you
still
know, 2 years in
questioning.
investing is a long time.
Yes.
And I always tell young people, the only advantage you have, the only one you have over everyone else is time. The only one. And it's
Yes.
the biggest asset anyone could have when it comes to the world of finance and investing, the amount of time. So the moment you're still questioning things, still doubting finance coaching, still doubting everything people tell you about investing, still doubting every single opportunity, time is going.
Yes.
And then when there are those who are just ignorant, basically they just sit there, they wait for retirement, then they realize, oh, it's retirement, and I'm going to be getting much less than I was getting before, while my needs are now much more than they were, and I have no energy to work more. You see how our life is skewed.
Yes, yes.
So by the time you retire, you have no energy, you have no opportunities, you are much older, you are poorer. You understand? You're poorer in old age, you've been ignorant the whole time, and now you have nowhere to go. You're stuck because you've been ignorant the whole time. And then there are those who have been questioning things the whole time, they also end up in the same hole.
Yes.
So both of them are non-doers. Both of them achieve nothing, both groups. So there are those who just do. They focus on doing, they open their mindset to long-term
Yes.
results. Another problem our people have is that we want quick results. Every
Microwave.
single person wants to get something today, tomorrow. They want to be millionaires overnight, right? They don't want to wake up and go and work for it. They don't want to do things that needs to be done. Discipline, consistency, and investing.
And
They
focus.
don't want to do that.
Yes.
So anytime I'm talking to them and telling them, very young people like 23, 24, 25, I tell them, we need to start thinking about retirement. They're like, I'm just 25. Why should I think about retirement? But I know what I'm talking about because I know that it will be much easier for you if you start now, and you are likely to build proper wealth that you can actually pass on if you start right now.
Yes.
But like I said again, we haven't been given that long-term thinking. We were always thinking about what will I eat tomorrow night. Our parents probably were thinking, on Friday, what are we eating? You know, on
Yes.
Monday, what are we eating?
Yes.
Next month, you know, that it wasn't that far off. So we were not being told, okay, Ken, where do you want to be in 10 years?
Yes.
Nobody was asking you about that.
No.
People were asking you about kesho unafanya nini? You know, what are you doing tomorrow? That is. So we haven't had that long-term mindset, which is extremely important for building wealth. If you are to build real wealth, you need that long-term mindset. But if you just want to be rich, being rich is having 1 million Kenya shillings, that's rich.
Yes.
Right? If you have 1 million Kenya shillings, that's rich. But if you want to build real wealth that you can live on and nobody will call you to tell you you have to come to the office or you have to do this, you will basically be in control of your energy and your time and your life, basically, then you have to start right now as a young person and build wealth for the long term. And trust me, when compound interest starts, it's crazy. When you're starting, it's like, this is so bad, there's no result, I can't see anything. But when you continue, give it 5 years or so. I was just showing her something today that someone was saying that it took them 15 years to get from $0 to $1 million, right? From 0 to 1 million. It took them 2 years from 2 million to 3 million. It took them 1 year, 8 months from 3 million to 4 million.
Yeah.
It's about time.
Yes.
Compound interest, there's nothing
So
else.
consistency, focus, and determination.
Determination. And you must also know what you're going for.
Yeah.
What is my goal?
Yes,
Yeah, like
exactly.
you, for example, you could say, I want to retire. Like me, I know I want to retire in my 30s.
Exactly.
Right? I
Yes.
know very well and I have a very clear plan. If you ask me at 3 a.m. in the morning, I'll tell you, okay, this is what I'm doing. Every single time I get money, this is where it's going to.
Yes.
And this money is supposed to set me free at this particular time in my life. So I'm buying back my freedom.
Yes.
I know sometimes we have to work, even me I work, but use that job to buy back your freedom. Don't let that job imprison you
Be a slave
for life.
in it.
Don't be a slave in it because you're building someone's dream.
Exactly.
Whatever you're working in, it's not your dream. You didn't even know how it was conceived. You didn't even know the plan those people have. They may decide tomorrow that I'm done with this dream. What do you do?
Exactly.
So you have to build your own dream. Buy back your time and your freedom. And you buy it back a day at a time. I always know very well that 100 pounds can buy me back 3 minutes. 1,000 pounds can buy me back to 1 hour or whatever in the next few years. That's how I think of my life. If I invest, I'm thinking, okay, this money is going to buy me back this amount of freedom. That's important.
So would you say, Sheila, that this kind of two people that we spoke about, the ignorance and the ones that question every little detail, are they the ones that are always in debt because they're always scared? For them, investment is always a risk. Every investment is a risk. So would you classify these people in that category of people are scared to risk, people are always in debt?
I would say when it comes to debt, you've got two types of people. We've got people that we call hoarders, the ones who hoard and hold on to things.
You looked at my notes.
No, I've not looked at the notes. And then
No?
you've got the people that are hemorrhage money. So the people that hemorrhage money are the ones that go into debt. So those two people, the doubters and the ones, the ignorant and the ones that question everything, they can go into two camps. They can all go into hemorrhaging money, and that is whereby they get into debt. When you hemorrhage, it means money just flows out of you. You know, like when you get money, it itches you and you have to take. And you see if there's a debt there, you have to take. If you see Argos is saying, buy one,
Get
pay
one free.
you take it. When you are walking by the roadside and you see a shop there saying, we sell this at discounted prices, you
You're
go
there.
buy. Yeah. And then we have the opposite of them, the other end of the scale. We have the ones that hoard money, the ones that save every little thing for a rainy day. And they save it with no intention of spending it. Now, we have these ones, you find them especially in the diaspora, who are investing so that they can use this money when they go back home. Then they die. And then the money is squandered by
gone.
someone
Yeah,
else.
someone is
So you
fighting.
find these two types of people, the ones that take debt and the ones that hoard money. These two types of people end up having a very poor quality of life. Money is a tool that's supposed to improve your life. It's supposed to improve the quality of your life. It's supposed to make your life enjoyable and fulfilling. When you have debt, you don't have peace. You cannot even have your phone ring in peace. You cannot even have people
You're not even picking
knocking.
up your phone.
You cannot even have people
You
knocking
think
on your
it's
door.
bailiffs.
If you're walking by the road and someone calls your name, you can't even turn and look. Who's that?
That's not me.
Yeah, those are people with debt. And when you're holding money, when you're holding money, you're gathering it and not spending it.
Yes.
You become very mean to yourself, that to the point that you could be very hungry. An orange costs £1.
Hey,
You will not.
you say I cook when I get home.
And when you reach home, you are cooking using the worst ingredients, little paltry bad food. Your life is just a life of a miser, mean person, mean to yourself. So these two types of people, you find they are the doubters and they are the ignorant. So you find that these are problems that keep bringing more problems. Yeah, well, as long as you are someone that doubts or you're someone that's ignorant about money, you'll have a lot of problems when it comes to money. A lot of problems.
Yeah.
You'll hemorrhage money. You'll become a hoarder, or you'll become a beggar. You know, the ones who beg for everything.
Yes,
they can never buy anything for themselves. They have to beg.
Yeah.
Or you'll become this
The
women.
users that
the
you
users.
know, the ones that you go to the supermarket,
Yes.
they always wait for someone to buy something.
Yes.
For them, someone to always do something
Exactly.
for them.
Or the ones that are always complaining they have no money.
Yeah.
Or the ones that can never even spend money for anything, or the ones that you think, why do they even work? There's no reflection of the money they earn,
Yes.
those ones like that. And all of them is because they have financial trauma, and at the heart of financial trauma there is always that low self-worth. When you have low self-worth, that is whereby you'll be very much at home with negativity. You'll be very much at home with a problematic life, with a very unsatisfactory life. You'll be very much at home with it.
Wow. Wow. Okay, Ken.
Yes.
There's a phrase that you made: "Time in the market beats time in the market." What is that?
Oh, yeah, I can see you've been doing your research. Good one. It's timing the market, timing it when it's down. Let me give you an example so that people can understand. Right now, as we speak, I don't know if people know about the stock market and stuff. There are stocks, you can buy a stock, right? Part of a company, and then you let it, appreciate, and then you have capital gains.
Yes.
So right now, I do invest in stocks a lot. And 2-3 days ago, there was some issues in the stock market, and therefore the market was going down. When you say market going down, it means most companies like Facebook, Google, Amazon, all these big companies, their shares were going down in price, right? And at that time, when you're an investor and you have a portfolio with Facebook and you see it going down, you're not very happy, okay? So what happens with some people is that they want to always time these things when it's going down so that they can buy it at a cheaper price, because it's just like anything else. It's like anything you could buy there.
Yes.
So Facebook, for example, could be trading at $100 per share.
Yes.
And that means it's quite good. And then 2 days, in 2 days it drops to, let's say, $80. So you can buy it at $80, then when it goes back up, you sell. That's called trading. You're trading it, right? It depends on how long you're holding it. Now, there are people like us who invest for the long term. We don't care about what's happening in between, right?
Yes.
So when you say I'm timing it, it means I'm waiting for it to go down, I'll buy it, and I'll sell when it's going up. Too difficult, too stressful if you don't know about financial issues. And if you don't have the time, if you're making money somewhere else. So why we say timing, it means time, the amount of time you spend inside the market without selling back, beats someone who is always timing when it's down, selling when it's up, timing when it's down, selling when it's up. So the amount of time, you should spend so much time in the market, that is, you should always invest your money and let it work for you over the long term, instead of waiting, keeping your cash, waiting for the market to drop, buying some stocks and waiting for them to go up. Because people always lose money that way, because I cannot know where Facebook will be tomorrow. You can't tell.
Yes.
Even financial experts, we just use some technical indicators, but nobody knows where the share price of Facebook or Google or whatever will be tomorrow. So people say the easiest way is just buy it, and over the long term, they always give very consistent results statistically. This is proven. For example, the one that tracks the main companies in the US, which is the S&P 500, for those who know, the main one that tracks all those companies. Basically, if you're buying into that kind of fund, you're buying all those companies, parts of them, it's always gone up. Since inception. So over the horizon, it's always gone up. So it means if you just spend your time consistently investing and not worrying about when is the market down, when is it up, you will always make money. So that's why I say time in the market will beat timing the market. So you should always invest for, that's why I was saying long-term horizon.
Yes.
Think of it, don't think of it tomorrow. If it was not that easy, people would be making money.
Yes.
It's not that easy that you can time the market every single time and make money. Most of the time people lose. And these are young people who have not had no skills in finance, no skills in trading. They just want to come into the market and start making money by timing it when it is down, selling when it's back up.
Yes.
No, it's wrong. Just invest consistently. It's called dollar cost averaging. Invest every single month or every single 2 weeks or whatever it is, time span you have. Just put the money. It doesn't matter where the market is. I was looking at my portfolio 2 days ago, and it took a dip. It's been very good, honestly. It's been really, really nice. Like I've made some really good money. And then I looked at it, I was like, wow, that's a big dip. And I was like, no, it will go bad. In March, it was bad. In March, it was bad. Do you know what people do? They bought. People who spend their time in the market, they bought at that time. Then they leave it.
Wow.
And now they've made their money back and even more. So no fear. It's all about time. Like I said, time. Spend time in the market. Don't try trading it unless you know what you're doing. So that's why I say you should never time it. Spend time in it.
Yeah.
So it's a very good concept for people to understand.
Wow. When I heard that, I was like, what? I tried so much to understand. I couldn't. I said, you know what? Ken has to clarify this for every single person.
It's not about
who is
not
stuck
selling.
like me. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Sheila, I know you spoke about anytime you think of money, you cannot even make love. Dang, that's deep.
Where did I speak of this? I know
I'm telling you.
but I'm wondering, where did you get that information?
I do my things. I do my research.
Where did you get that information?
I do my research. Don't worry.
Money and relationships. What I would say is that we have been taught the wrong things as black people. It's social engineering. We have been taught damaging lessons when it comes to money and relationships. And first of all, we've been taught not to factor money as a compatibility factor when choosing a relationship. So when say, think of everything else, think of him being God-fearing, her being wife material, and all these kind of things, but don't talk money. Is a lie. Are you going to eat love? Is your house going to be paid for by love? What about the foods you eat and the children you'll make? So financial compatibility has to be one of the main themes when you are starting a relationship. And if you find that you don't have the same financial values or visions, just abort mission. Just abort it. Because most of the problems in relationship start with money. Even though it will not show it's money.
Yes.
It will start with money. Money can become such a stressful thing in the relationship. And then people say, oh, but love can see you through. Let me tell you, when you're having bills and bailiffs and school fees waiting and rent waiting, you are really going to struggle to feel love for the other person. There's going to be a lot of resentment.
Reality.
And we need to learn to use love
Yes.
to make money, which is a video I've done. You need to use love to make
money. Yes.
It's a normal conversation that any relationship, actually nowadays, you should not go on a date with someone before you agree on their financial values.
Don't.
Because it will be the cause. Sometimes you think that there are other issues, but underlying there is a money issue. It's always a money issue. So you need to agree. Even before I go on a date, I would definitely want to know, okay, what is your financial values? Before I sit with you on the table.
Okay. It will sound unromantic,
Yeah.
but let me tell you, that is a mindset thing. Because if you're planning something long term, money has to come into it. I was showing him yesterday that there this Instagram boys or men, they're called the coupe boys. They were just people. They're just these 4 black guys in France that had a love for music. And they did a show that went viral. They just did some dance of a song called Coupe, some coupe song. And it went very viral. And from that viral, they got lots of followers on Instagram, and making money is really easy. The avenues to make money are really easy. We need to stop this idea that our parents told us that you have to get a white collar job, do this. So these coupe boys have started making money using social media.
Yeah.
And they now have got more than 1 million followers each. They now are endorsers. They endorse so many brands. And they're now also models as well, because they really look nice. So they're models, they're money. They never need to work anymore. They're now building wealth. Now, these young men have since then got girlfriends, or they had girlfriends then, but we didn't know. But now in their videos, they're introducing their girlfriends. So you see, that is very important. This idea of hiding relationship, we need to stop. We need to make relationships in a way that we also grow financially. So you see, by them introducing their girlfriends, who are also quite beautiful and talented as well, dancers, the girlfriends are also making money off social media. So you find there is more money coming in the relationship. Instead of the money only coming from the one partner, all you needed to do is show the girl, and people now say, go follow her. And then she gets these followers. Then the endorsers come and say, could you endorse this for us? Could you be the product ambassador for this and for this and for this? And you see, she's also getting business there. To the point that even if the relationship fails, because relationships do fail, she'll leave that relationship better off with her own name and her own brand.
Yes.
So we need to normalize relationships whereby we also grow financially together. We need to depart from this damaging notion that our parents gave us, that one person stands up and grows with the money, the other person sits down supporting the other one to grow, and then one becomes a servant of the other, and the other becomes resentful of this one being a servant to them.
Yes. And
exactly how our fathers and mothers panned out.
And that's why you now see, especially in Kenya now, the women are like, no way, I'm going to help. Because I saw, especially Akode, when she put, I was reading comments when she put a boyfriend up yesterday and said, oh, this is my boyfriend, my manager, if you want it. And so many people are like, hey, how can you, so many people are negative about that. And they say, how can you let a man know how much you're getting? This man, you help them from zero and then they leave you and everything. And I think is that what you're talking about? Because now we've been taught, you stay, support this person. And then now a woman is always a woman, support the man, is always a woman. So this woman has supported the man, and then now she's depending on the man 100%. And the man now start resenting her
for depending on him.
Forgetting that she was there, helped you to grow. So what you're saying is totally 100% right.
Yes, and I will comment on that as a life coach as well. Before you start helping someone else to grow, help yourself to grow. You owe no one help.
Exactly.
Help yourself to grow. That's the first thing. Second thing, the most important thing you ever give to a man as a woman is access to your womb. Your womb is your sacred space. And so when you give this man your womb, I'm now talking like an energy healer, and I'm talking like a life coach. When you give this man your womb, you've given him everything.
Yes.
So for you to say, I am now not going to hide my finances from him, is a bit foolish.
Yes.
It's like you're closing the stable door after the horse has already bolted. And for a man, the most important thing you're giving the woman is your seed. Yeah? That is your life code. So when you're giving this woman your seed and then you're saying, I can't let her know my bank account, I can't let her know my investments, you've already given her much more than the money. You know?
Exactly.
So we need to stop this nonsense.
That's deep.
We need to stop this nonsense of saying, I can't let them know about my money, but you're giving them your time, your energy, your life. You know, it's stupid. You know, you're giving them so much more, and then you're denying the little petty man-made thing, because money is man-made at the end of the day. You're denying the man-made thing, but the thing that is God-made, that is you.
Giving it already.
You're giving it fully. It's foolishness of the highest order, and an indication of the traumas that we carry.
And if you're fearful of giving your other half that kind of information, then definitely that's definitely not the right person.
It's not a right, no.
So if you can't talk about money, if you can't build wealth together, if you can't, disclose your bank details and stuff like that, then definitely you are in prison, but you're saying you're in love. There's no love that could say that, okay, I can't disclose my investments because I may be killed or something may happen to me. No, then you should leave the relationship. What's easier? It's leaving the relationship or being open or hiding stuff.
So
it's rather you leave the relationship, get someone you can be open with and build wealth together.
And this is where I now call out. I call on people that have got healthy relationships that talk about money healthily to come and start speaking. Because often we hear these sad narratives of this woman, she told the man about the money, he stole all of it and went. And this man, he disclosed the woman, whatever, and the woman killed him. So you find there's a lot of fearful stories, which now become the norm, which now influence behaviors of the younger generation. But we need to change that narrative. And that narrative can only be changed by the stories of other people that are doing things differently. The norm is to support each other in a relationship in all manners, including financially. So we need now, and we have these couples that are doing it, so we need them to come and start speaking. We need this healing narratives to be put out there and more focus on them and less focus on these damaging ones. But you know what? When you go there and you speak about your wonderful relationship and how you're talking about this, what happens? The jealousy, the jealousy brigade.
And if you start talking about money as well, I know there's somewhere you spoke about and you said people start talking about Illuminati, that's how you got rich and everything. So a lot of people don't like talking about if they've got money.
And this is what we need to do. Life coaching comes in. When you've done life coaching, you become so grounded in yourself, in the person that you are, and in the fullness of your presence and your space in this world, that the naysayers can be speaking. You will not hear them.
Yes.
You won't hear them.
But coming back to what you guys say, the two of you, about relationship, you have to talk about money, blah, blah, blah. When some people say that that's just vanity.
There is nothing.
That again is the trauma.
That is again is trauma. There is nothing vanity when you're already giving someone access to the whole of you.
Yes.
You're already giving them access to the whole of you. So really, speak everything, including those vanity subjects.
And let's talk about vanity from the perspective of even building wealth. Vanity can be used to make you just stay where you are.
Yes.
That topic, vanity, is actually I find it to be a stupid way to, put people down, because if I'm talking about building wealth as a family, look at the biggest families in the world. Your friend just mentioned Bloomberg when he was talking to me just before the show. Those are families which have built wealth within the family. We talk about the Rothschild. Those are wealth that have been made, the Rockefellers. That's money that's been made. Look, talk about the Bush, all these people, even the Bidens. That's money that has been made within the family. So why is vanity? Is it because now they are rich and comfortable, that's vanity? They have the family, they're enjoying the family, and they're still enjoying the wealth. So you would rather have a poor family and then forget about the wealth, or you focus on building wealth and find someone who can help you in that journey. So that vanity part is one of those phrases that people have always just used to remain comfortable, remain lazy, or remain secretive.
I think it's the trauma. Now that I'm thinking about it,
it is the trauma.
Some people are scared to talk about money. You see some people as well, this is something that I've done before, and I know a lot of people do it. It's like you bought something really good, like let's say you bought a new car, your car costed £10,000, but you're scared to tell people that you bought it 10,000. Yeah. Because they'll think, oh my God, she has money. So you say, oh, I just bought a car. And they ask, oh, it wasn't that expensive. 10,000 is expensive for a car.
It's very expensive.
So you're like, oh, it wasn't that expensive. And you don't want to say it. Or even if you now say, I bought this, and then you retrace that word so quick. That I bought this and this, because they'll be thinking, oh, so you have money now.
Let me talk energy here.
Yeah.
Our life is energy, yeah? Even the way we're talking now, it's energy. Everything is energy. And energy comes in different frequencies. The highest frequency out there is joy and appreciation. The lowest frequency is shame followed by guilt, and then fear and all that. When you are ashamed to talk about your money, you are in the lowest frequency of it all. All the takatakas and rubbish and whatever in the world will come your way. Never be ashamed. Never entertain shame. When you have guilt, which is just one level above shame, so still low frequency. When you have guilt about your status in life, about being, in this point of wealth and everything, you attract more madugo than your energy, more horrible negative energy. At any time, be in the frequency of joy and appreciation at the very top there. And that is the frequency that money comes in. And that's the frequency that health comes in. That's the frequency happiness, love, light comes in. So when you buy your 10,000 car, be very joyful and full of gratitude and speak what for 10,000. If someone's people vibrating in that shame or guilt frequency, don't pay heed to them. Don't go down to their level so that you can appease them and make them happy. Leave them. Those are people you better off not have any dealings with them at all. So if you find yourself in the situation whereby you can never celebrate your wins because people around you will feel bad, you're hanging with the wrong crowd. Really, you are. And it's just a matter of time before you reach their level.
Wow.
Yes.
Hey guys, that is deep. I hope you had that. And then now, because of time as well, so I'm going to ask you, Ken, I know you spoke about richness. Anybody can be rich. Not just richness is not just for experts. No. Because people always think, oh yeah, but I can't be rich is because so and so is like this and they were born rich and blah blah blah. So many excuses. And now that we spoke about trauma, I understand now. But again, I know you spoke about richness is not just for experts. Can you?
Yeah. That's something that I need to talk to most people about, because the people I actually do coach don't come from rich families, most of them. They are normal people who are going to normal jobs. They're looking for normal businesses. Actually, most of them are small business owners in Kenya, here in diaspora. So we have always thought that being rich is left to experts. People understand the financial markets, they understand money matters, they understand investments. No, that's not how it is. It's the same way I would say, for example, there are things you do in your house every single day. You don't need to be an expert to do them. Exactly. You're cooking in your house every single day, right? You don't need to be a chef to be cooking daily, right? So there are things you're doing in your life every single day. We drive daily. Doesn't mean we are professional drivers, but we are still driving and we get to our destination safely. There are so many things we are doing. People are in marriages which are successful. Doesn't mean that they're professional in marriage. They are doing it because they have put their heart to do it. You're doing it again because you are meant to do it. There's something called discipline and commitment. You are meant to do something. You have a responsibility to build wealth. Well, like we said, poverty is a choice, and it's not the natural thing. The natural thing should be what you have abundance of everything you need in your life. And then it means being in that position of building that abundance should be very natural. It shouldn't be something that someone has to be an expert in. It should be a very normal process for you to build wealth. Now, why do I say it's a very simple process? Because all around us, we use certain things, right? Right now, where we're sitting right now, we use our phones. We just shared our talk right now on Facebook. You know, you use books and pens and clothes. All these things are manufactured by certain companies. Now, I don't want to know about the business of the company. I just know that Facebook is going to be here for a long time, and it's been here for a long time. So if I have some money and I want to buy just part of what I'm using, what's wrong? It's as simple as that. What do you use in your everyday life that you could actually buy into and let those who are experts work for you to make the money? Because I don't need to be an expert on Facebook Matters for me to buy Facebook.
Yes.
I don't need to be an expert on Google Matters for me to buy Google. I just know that Google is selling their shares. They're selling part of their company to raise some capital. Can I also buy part of that company? Like in Kenya, I tell people all the time, every single time you're in Kenya, Safaricom is eating your money one way or the other. Either they're eating it through M-Pesa, or they're eating it through SMS,
Puliza. I don't know something called Puliza.
Or somehow Safaricom is getting money from you,
yeah,
directly or indirectly. It doesn't matter. Now, my question would be, why don't I invest in this company that's already taking money from me anyways, right? Because I'm using it every single day. It's impacting my life. Why shouldn't I be a part of it? That's how you should look at investment. Look at it in a way that, you know what, I'm already part of this anyways. So why don't I participate by also getting something back from them? That is how you think of it, so that you don't think you don't need to be an expert. And you don't need to be an expert in any company for you to start investing. And that's why people come to us as financial coaches, because I point you, one of the things I do is I point you to the direction you should be going towards. Based on your goals, based on your objectives, and based on what you want to achieve. I will tell you, okay, this is the time you need to invest in this particular stock. This is the time you should invest in this. And I tell you the basic stuff you need to know. I don't go into the expert stuff, you know, the technical terms, and I don't do that. I just tell you, okay, this is where you are in life, you need this, and this is the best place for you to invest. And what you need to do is just put your money there, like money market funds in Kenya, for example. You need to go there and open an account and deposit some money every single month or day or whatever, and your interest is calculated every single day and put into your account. What do you need to know? Nothing. You just need to know that these people have taken my money, they're investing, and they're supposed to give me a return of 10% per year.
Yes.
I'm done. I don't need to know the rest. We bank money. A lot of us have been taught to bank money and save for the rainy days and stuff. Do we know what the bank is doing? We don't. If I ask you today where you're banking your money, all the businesses that bank is involved in, do you know them?
No.
You don't. But you're putting your money there every single day, right? So that's the same way you should be investing. You should know that, okay, what I know is that this bank will be keeping my money safely, right? That's the same way you should look at investment. What I know is that this Facebook will make me more money. What they are doing to make me more money, I do not want to know.
That's not my business.
Historically, and looking at the statistics, you've seen that Facebook has performed very well. It's very stable. It has good management. And I'm using it every single day in my life. What do I need to do? Put money there every single month. And looking at the graph, it's been making people money. Don't wait to know every single thing. Remember obsession with details? Don't be obsessed with the details. And start now. That's the main thing.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh my God, we're running out of time, and I would love to. You know, I'm going to bring you guys back, and when I bring you guys back, I want youth to be here as well.
Yeah.
Because I think what you're talking about is beneficial for people like us, but it's more beneficial for the youths.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they say the youths are the leaders of today. So by the time they're the leaders, they have this knowledge, because we didn't have it. And if we didn't have it, because you know they always say that you give what you have.
Yeah.
I didn't have it, so how am I going to give it to my children?
Exactly.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So if somebody else can actually do that for me, and somebody who is qualified and they know what they're talking about, because the two of you are so qualified and you know what you're talking about. So I'm going to bring you back, but I'll bring you back when the youths are here.
Yes.
But before I finish, I just want to ask you one thing, because I know this is something that a lot of people are struggling with. Now, you can't ask for your money back. The money that somebody owes you. I give you money and you said you pay me within 2 weeks. 2 weeks have gone. You've not paid me. Now I'm scared to ask for my own money back. What's that all about?
Low self-worth, money trauma. Why are you scared to ask for your money back? We start from there. What's going to happen if you ask for your money back? You know why you're scared to ask for your money back? You cannot take the answer no. And you know why you can't take the answer no? Because you feel it reflects badly on the person that you are. It hurts you. It's a rejection. So it is low self-worth. It's your problem. If you know you suffer from that problem, don't give money in the first place. Say no. Say no. Otherwise, you are going to be one resentful person. And in terms of energy, resentment always scatters abundance. You cannot have resentment in your heart and have an abundant life. It defies law. If you have resentment, you'll only have scarcity. Machungu, what will come from what you'll be putting out there in terms of energy will just be negative energy. So if you know you are the type that gives money and cannot ask for the money back, don't give money in the first place. And then look for a life coach to tell you how you can heal the wound in you that makes you feel so bad to ask for what is rightfully yours.
Yes.
When you've given something to someone, that is rightfully yours. Have you seen how bailiffs come to take for things that are theirs? Have you delayed paying council tax and seen the council tax coming to take for what is theirs? And remember, for council tax is your money.
Yes.
But they will come for it. So this is your money you gave someone, and the person is not giving it to you. You are fearful to ask. So you're seeing that person continue with their life. You're feeling so resentful and so angry, but you can't speak. That is you having a self-inflicted problem. It is you who is feeling the pain. That person that's not returning your money is not feeling any pain.
Yeah.
That person, in fact, the next time they are stuck, they will come back to you and ask for
Again.
more. And you, because you have this low self-worth, you will give them without mentioning the one. The problem is you. Msiba wa kujitakia. Self-inflicted problems.
Wow.
So don't give out the money if you know you can't ask for it. Then, as a matter of fact, look for a life coach. We are available. Look for a life coach so that we can deal with those wounds you carry. Because it's not only in money that you're saying you are not able to say no. It's literally in everything.
Yeah,
You're always
everything.
setting yourself on fire to keep others warm. You are always self-betraying. You are always people-pleasing. Your life is a difficult one. There are solutions.
Like in Africa, for instance, or in Kenya, I know, we borrow clothes, you borrow someone's clothes. Someone's just bouncing with your dress every time and you want it back and you can't ask for it.
It's self-inflicted problems.
But if you think about it in terms of money, technically, another thing I always tell people with this borrowing issue, number one, don't be too used to giving people your money. Because unless you don't have a plan with your money, because me, I'm always broke. You know why I'm broke? Because every time my money comes in, it has plans. My money is so clearly budgeted that if you come to me after a very few days looking for £100, I won't have it. It doesn't mean I'm poor. My money is properly invested working for me. So if this money is coming to you and it's not going to be making me any money, any extra money from you, then why am I giving you the money in the first place? I know people can borrow sometimes, but I avoid situations that spoil. First of all, borrowing money spoils relationships.
It spoils
Completely. Family, friendships, whatever. So most of the time I tell people the first thing you should do, if you have to give someone money, give money that you're willing to lose. And it's not part of your plan. But do not compromise your own financial future to give someone money to help. Let them go and find something else. There are banks, there are places they can find money. I know that I'm always broke because honestly I don't have it. The money is gone. So if you know you have that low self-worth, make sure your money is clearly planned for. When it gets to your account end month, everything is gone. That honestly, if you ask that person, they don't have the money for it because the money is busy working somewhere else.
Yes.
But if you have money that's floating in your account, 500, 1,000 pounds just there floating, of course if you will be giving it away. But if it's planned for, will you give it away?
Yes.
Because me, even if I'm getting 6,000 pounds a month, trust me, to the last coin, it's clearly planned for. Yeah, I'm living my life well, and sometimes I tell you I'm broke and I'm on holiday. It's because that holiday was planned for. In my budget, I plan to go on holiday with 120 or 50 pounds, you know? So don't tell me, oh, you're on holiday, but you say you don't have money. Honestly, I don't have money.
Yeah.
Because the 200 that I planned for the holiday is being spent now. The rest are invested. Some are meant probably for me to eat, to go to work, and I'm not going to sacrifice my work to help you.
Exactly.
So you need to be very firm. We have not been taught to be firm when it comes to money issues.
Yes.
We borrow our mom's money, our parents' money. No, tell your parents, I don't have the money right now. And doesn't mean you're poor, you don't have it all. It means that money is invested.
It doesn't mean you're stingy.
And then people have to be two things. People have to be okay with saying no to people. And people have to be okay with receiving no from people. No one owes the other anything. Yes.
So, and that one was another topic that I wanted to ask, but I will leave that for the youths to ask because I know those ones, they're very good at saying no.
Okay. And it's very
Our
good.
youths are very good at saying no.
And it is very good. It is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's
Self-preservation.
self-preservation.
Yeah, I think it's because of the culture.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you so much. So your last remarks, Ken.
My last remarks. First of all, look for finance coaching. Finance coaching, life coaching, those things go together. There's the energy aspect of money, there's the technical aspect of money. If you're wondering why you're making money, because most people have been making money, but you cannot invest properly, you cannot get any returns out of it, look for a finance coach or a life coach to guide you on how do you start the process. It's about mindset, it's about behavior, it's about objectives, and it's about discipline. So if you're wondering why you're not making money, you need to look for someone to help you through it. Just the same way you go to the hospital to check your health, the same way you talk to specialists to check your mental health, the same way you talk to all these other professionals, talk to someone who can understand what you need to do with regards to money. And if you're a young person, young people, start now. This is the only time you have, and that's the only advantage you beat us with. When you're much younger, if you are 10 years younger than me, you beat me by 10 years. Trust me, 10 years, you will make a load of money. And when you look back, you'll be like, that was a good decision. So for the young people, I would say start now. Start with 50 pounds, start with 20 pounds, start with 100 pounds. It doesn't matter. The problem is starting and modeling that behavior and focus and determination. You are a sure millionaire in pounds. You are a sure millionaire in dollars if you start immediately.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So if somebody wants to get in touch with you, where do we find you?
I have my
I know
YouTube.
you have Ken Money Talks. Yeah.
Ken's Money Matters on YouTube, Ken's Money Matters on Facebook, on Instagram. Ken's Money Matters on is a website. It's www.kensmoneymatters.com. I have all my details there, and my WhatsApp number is right there. So you can come straight to me through that number. There's a WhatsApp button on my website. So if you come there, you can get in touch with me, and we can always have a discussion about what you want.
Okay, thank you very much. My Jaber.
What I would like to say is that we have to uninstall this software in our heads that tell us poverty is a virtue. Poverty is a vice. It's unnatural. There is nothing honorable about poverty. Blessed are not the poor. The poor suffer. Quality of life is terrible, and it impacts generations badly. So as Africans, we have to stop with this nonsensical notion that we don't need money. In the capitalistic world we live in, we need money. It's a physical world that requires money to buy the physical creature comforts that we need, the basics. So I would say that we should first and foremost mentally install in our heads that money is a tool that can be used to improve the quality of our lives. It's a necessary tool, and it is something that can actually lead us to having a fulfilling life. It can actually lengthen our lives. How many times have we been in fundraisings for raising money for someone to go for operation somewhere, and if we don't raise the money, the person dies?
Exactly.
Yeah? So money actually can prolong your life.
Yeah.
Really, it can. So I would say, let us learn to appreciate money, even the money that we don't have, because from that point of appreciation, we invite more money in our lives.
Yes.
Let us not sit there and say, I don't need money. Money is a bad thing. Money is the source of all evil. No, it isn't. So I would say that life coaching is very important for trauma healing, for healing our traumas. I can be found on Facebook as Sheila Chebet. We have courses very regularly, as it is on Friday. This Friday, we're starting a course for if you're feeling stuck. This will be a very good course for those who are feeling financially stuck. This course is a one-day course running on Friday. It's only 500 Kenya shillings paid by M-Pesa, payable by M-Pesa. It will change your life in terms of feeling stuck, be it financially, relationship-wise, health-wise, weight-wise, just the feeling of getting stuck. It's an energy blockage. So I encourage you to try life coaching. This is how we heal our traumas. And once you start healing one trauma, it is just a smooth ride to healing all the others. It has a domino effect. Thank you, my people.
Thank you very much. In fact, that Friday, you know, sometimes when they say that in I don't believe in giving clothes. That's not me. I don't believe in charity, giving clothes and giving shoes and giving food. I believe in giving knowledge.
Exactly.
And that's why you know that I have a school in Kibera.
Yes.
And for me is building the foundation of that school. So it's a safe haven for children to come and study rather than helping one child, giving them clothes and shoes. So they'll just want and want. So with what you're doing, the coaching on Friday, if you want to bless somebody rather than giving them a fish, but show them how to fish. If you maybe say, I'm going to pay for 10 people, it's only 500 Kenya shillings, just like £4 maybe. £3. So if you say that I'm going to bless like maybe 20 people to attend this course, I'm going to show them how to fish rather than giving them the fish. because after that course, the mindset will change and now they will know how to fish themselves. So you can do that to bless somebody. And you said, how do you get to Sheila Chebet?
Sheila Chebet.
Is
There is a
S-H-I?
poster, Shila.
Okay,
Chebet. There's a poster on Facebook saying about the course. The course is via WhatsApp.
Yes.
So it can be done anywhere, anytime. You don't even have to be free on that Friday. You will find the notes there. You can read them.
You can read them.
Yes,
You can
whatever
read them
time. The
later.
same way you come and read a WhatsApp group, it's like that. So it's doable. Let's not have the doubters and the detailed people when it comes to this. Come and let's change your life.
Yeah, come and let's see what happens. And then we can come back and you know where to find me. You can come and say, Lydia, that thing was not good. That was a fraud.
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
So you come and see for yourself. And definitely, personally, I'll join. And I'll also see if I can bless some people as well. Because I don't believe in giving fish. I believe in showing people how to fish.
Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. Stand Out, Speak Up Talk Show. We are here every Wednesday, 6 p.m. London time and 8 p.m. Kenyan time. And every time we talk about different topics that will transform you, will inspire you, will motivate you, and will educate you as well. Like today's topic did all those things for me, and I'm sure I did that for you as well. So until next time, again, I'll meet you next week on Wednesday. We only say it can only be God, and peace out. Thank you.
Thank you.
At World Remit, we understand what the journey is about, how it can sometimes take a little distance to bring us a little closer together. With ways to save more when you send more, World Remit is here for you, so you can be there for them.